Hi, I'm Alice and this is Plant Slut. Weird week, right? I didn't really do much, but one thing I definitely didn't do was film a second video. I mean, hopefully by the time I post this tomorrow, you'll have a fun President Biden, but don't know. If you're new to my channel, thank you for watching me do stuff. I post Wednesdays and Sundays. And today is Sunday, apparently. It's actually Saturday, but shh. I don't know about you, but I am always looking for mindless entertainment with a disappointing ending, and that is what this video is. I didn't come up with a... Well, I don't need to come up with a concept. I've got like a book of ideas, but I just didn't do any of them. So here's some footage that was on my phone. We're gonna make a terrarium together, but we're not gonna finish it. But I'll show you how it looks at the end. Just watch it. Okay, this is her. You can see it says, or it did say, it looks a bit crappy but doesn't leak, so that's nice. The bottom is all cracked up, but then they've put extra plates of glass and siliconed it, so I mean that might be okay. It doesn't really matter too much if it leaks a little bit, because yeah, I'm not gonna fill it up with water. And I'm thinking I'll just put her under there, with the writing facing the wall, because I'm going to cover that up anyway. And then I've got a light, and I even got a spare spot on my power board. So yeah, and I don't have a lid, but it's good having, you can see it pokes out a bit, so I'll be able to access it without dragging it out from under the shelf and scraping the floor. Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm gonna do Glad wrap or... I think I've got one spare piece of glass, but it's not big enough. We shall see. Okay, so now I'm gonna take this piece of foam core, which I bought as a background for my aquarium, but I'm not going to use for that. And this is going to be the base of the background, because last time I made a terrarium I did it with cardboard, which was very stupid, and it is still falling apart. But this shouldn't, because the foam is, you know, foam, like basically a plastic. And I'm just gonna mark where I need to cut it. I fitted that boy in, and yeah, he fits. It's a little rough around the edges, but that's okay because I'm going to cover it with sphagnum. So I went and made some more sphagnum. And while I was going through it, I noticed a few of these pieces. I don't know if that's going to really show up on camera, but they've sort of got a slight hint of green to them. And I've heard that sometimes sphagnum moss will come back to life from stuff you buy in the packet. So those are going to the side. Yeah, look how green that is. You can't see. So yeah, exciting. Okay, so you can see I left a bit of a space up the back, so that it's easy to slide the background in. You'll notice that I haven't done a false bottom. I don't have one on this terrarium, and it's doing fine. If you've looked at videos by Betsy Begonia or what's his name? Anyway, Betsy Begonia's got one. There's this thing called the perched water table. So a false bottom will let excess water drain through, but like you need something to wick it back up. And yeah, sphagnum is going to wick anyway, so it'll keep everything nice and moist. Sphagnum doesn't break down very easily because it is so acidic, but it will eventually break down, and that's okay. I'll probably want to redo this terrarium by the time it breaks down anyway. Okay, so there are a few things that I know I want to put in here, but I think I'm gonna leave it like that for now and come back to it another day. And the three things that I know are this guy, which is Masdevallia barleana Harold. It's a cool growing orchid, and so is this guy. This is Zootrophion, I think, atropurpureum. Yeah, and they're both cool growing orchids, but it's said that you can grow them at slightly higher temperatures if you give them extremely good humidity. So yeah, I'm just gonna put those guys in there for now. And the other one is my Philodendron Tortum, because I mean, I don't know what it wants. Maybe it wants higher humidity. So I'm just planting in the few things that I know I want in the terrarium. And I've just unpotted my Philodendron Tortum and it had no living roots. So I've trimmed off all the dead ones and sprayed it with hydrogen peroxide. I have a feeling that it's probably gotten too dry rather than too wet because it was in a really loose medium. So yeah, just gonna see how this guy goes, I guess. Active little nodes or aerial roots forming around the base. So hopefully those take off in this humid environment. So I stole a couple of rocks from the beach and then I've just thrown in everything that I already had. I've taken a couple of things out of the old terrarium, but it still looks pretty much the same. So that is an orchid. It's a Zootrophion or something. That's the Masdevallia, barleana, Harold, and the one in the corner is Pleurathalis something. And then we've just got some Selaginellas that I had. That's Selaginella emiliana. That one I don't know. It might be the one with the K, like Chris's something. I've got another little piece of it over there with some leaf cuttings of Peperomia turboensis. Behind them is Hoya shepherdii and a little Tillandsia bulbosa. That's Hoya hueschkeliana that I took a tip cutting of from the one that's in the other terrarium. There's a lot of that fern, which is Pyrrosia rupestris. A few little bunches there because it wasn't happy in the places that I had it outside of the terrarium. That one still doesn't look happy, but that one looks good. And I took a few pieces off of the Selaginella emiliana and put them under the rock. I took some mosses out of the other terrarium, put them mostly along the front, and that is a Dimorphus lowii seedling, which is probably going to get a bit too damp, but we shall see. And I moved the substrate around a little bit, so I've sort of got two hills on either side of the center. And that is that. Hello future people. So I just looked, and that first clip of me cleaning the terrarium was from the 15th of October. So it's almost been a month. This is what it looks like now. Ta-da! It looks like a shithole. I was hoping to go for like a bigger version of this thing, which I guess I will put in a card me doing some maintenance on, but it's like changed a lot because I just actually just threw in a stick and then everything's grown over the stick, and that's how you make a terrarium. This thing, ow, I have a little computer fan in it just to keep the air moving, and I'm actually sort of like acclimatizing orchid seedlings because I've been deflasking orchids. Well, first buying the flask and then deflasking. So this terrarium probably isn't ever going to really be finished like I hoped it would be, but that is okay because it has other things that I want. So yeah, that's a native orchid. That one right at the back. See, the blue line separates the different species. So that's Dipodium pictum. That one there is Cattleya, something with a B, Blossfeldiana. And there's like a whole bunch of Epidendrum Wallisii or Orstadella Wallisii. We've got a little blank space there at the front. Some little ferns, Peperomia, little Pyrrosia. This is all really bad because I am filming through dirty glass, but you get the idea. Disappointing ending. Thanks for watching. I really appreciate you watching this very disappointing video, and please like it. Subscribe, comment, let me know disappointing tasks which you have not completed this week. Two things I don't know if I mentioned during the video, but I ordered a piece of perspex on eBay as a lid, and I thought I'd just do a quick little update on the Philodendron Tortum. It just lost a leaf as I pulled it out, and you can see this growth in there is rotted, has rotted, but we've got a new little leaf forming in there, and we've also got a root. Hooray! So he might be okay. I think I might give him a bit of a clean up, but yeah, there we go.